that you're seeing play out here militarily and ideologically speaking when you look at all their social media.
Yeah, he out of here, man.
And coming out of the Houthis all along.
Let's see who they're going to put in play, though.
You're taking the time to speak with us. We appreciate it.
Thank you, as always.
Absolutely. And you are watching live now from Fox. We're going to step away for a brief break. We have some breaking news that we're going to get to right after that. Stay with us.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. My bad, y'all. Let's get to it. God's work.
Dropping out of the 20 news. Welcome back to Live Now from Fox, and we have some breaking news as President Joe Biden has just announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This happening just...
Kamala, you can't win.
Are taking a look at the letter that he has just issued, and we are...
I predict she drops out too. It says, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nature and Lord. I know none of this could have been done without you. It's been a great honor. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all of this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people.
Its entirety. It says, my fellow Americans, over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. Today, America has the strongest economy in the world. We've made historic investments in rebuilding our nation, in lowering prescription drug costs for seniors, and in expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances.
This is Joe Biden's letter, by the way, y'all.
Gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court, and passed...
What did he try to walk out with? Let me say. He said, we've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances. Passed the first gun... This is his walking out letter, y'all. Passed the first gun safety law in 30 years, appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court. I mean, ain't that the first African-American vice president too? Oh yeah, we're gonna have to add that race shit on the way out the door. Okay.
The African-American...
How about her just being a woman? How about that?
...woman to the Supreme Court and passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. It goes on to say, quote, I know none of this could have been done without you, the American people. Together, we overcame a once-in-a-century pandemic and the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. We've protected and preserved our democracy, and we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world. It has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election, I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term. I will speak to the nation later this week in more detail about my decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed.
Kamala from Kabbalah.
Today, what I have always, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together. We just have to remember we are the United States of America. The letter signed Joe Biden. And we continue to follow this breaking news as we have just learned that President Biden has dropped out of the 2024 presidential race. And we were going to be getting to an expert, Keith Nahagian, who is joining us now. And I do want to, as this is raw and unedited, I'm going to make sure that he can hear me. And so we're going to bring that up right now, just to make sure that he can hear me. Keith, can you hear me? Okay, so we're gonna bring Keith in. We're going to bring Keith in right now. And again, bear with us because this is breaking news right here. Keith, you're here live on Live Now from Fox. I just want to make sure, can you hear me? Okay, unfortunately, for whatever reason, we cannot hear you. And I know that this is on the fly right here. So what we're going to do is, we cannot hear you right now, so why don't we're going to step away for just a little bit. We're going to work on your audio to see if you can eventually get your audio back up, so we're going to just pivot slightly. But again, we are following breaking news as President Biden has announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This, of course, was the big question for several weeks now, as more Democratic lawmakers have been calling for him to exit the presidential race after he had a very weak performance following the first debate with former President Trump in Atlanta, Georgia.
This don't surprise none of us. Do it, B1. Salute.
Was not fit to run. He said that he was. He refuted any calls for him to step down, saying that he would not do so. However,
as if Trump ain't have bugs, don't got bugs all over that White House. You think them? You think he don't got home? That's his old house. That's his old crib. You think he don't got a couple of people giving him intel in there and letting him know that boy is he normally wake up at 8. He's now waking up at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This has been going on 6 months. Yeah, you got that info.
So we're going to just pivot slightly. But again, we are following breaking news as President Biden has announced that he is dropping out of the 2024 presidential race. This, of course, was the big question for several weeks now, as more Democratic lawmakers have been calling for him to exit the presidential race after he had a very weak performance following the first debate with former President Trump in Atlanta, Georgia. That sparked concerns that he was not fit to run. He said that he was. He refuted any calls for him to step down, saying that he would not do so. However, after weeks of speculation, this just in, he has announced that he
kick rocks, motherfucker, allegedly.
Again, bring up this letter that he has just issued right here. And again, this is a letter that he has just sent out saying that even though...
Poor Joe. Double tap the screen. Get the likes up. We only got 6 likes. Let's get it to 20. Double tap that screen, please.
To serve as president, he believes that it is in the best interest of the Democratic Party and the country for him to step down. So we are going to continue to...
Son, this is not going to make headlines. This is going to stay... This is going to be lit just for today. Nobody gives a fuck because everybody expected him to leave anyway.
Earlier this week to discuss this breaking news right here, but this comes after President...
Get me a fighter.
...has repeatedly indicated that he would not drop out of the presidential campaign after his very weak
lies
at the first presidential debate with former President Trump.
Now let's see what type of lies Kamala gonna produce.
This breaking news, as dozens of Democratic lawmakers have said that he should be dropping out. In fact, several days ago, nearly 2/3 of Democrats said President Biden should withdraw from the presidential race and let his party nominate a different candidate. That is according to...
Get your ass up out of here, they told you.
The Associated Press, as he continued to try and salvage his candidacy. President Biden has been combating COVID-19, and he was at his home in Delaware as he continues to recover. But this comes after weeks of speculation after he would be able to salvage his candidacy after his very weak performance in that debate. The survey by the Associated Press found that only about 3 in 10 Democrats are extremely or very confident that he has the mental capacity to serve effectively as president. And that really underscored, there was a big question about his age. President Biden is 81 years old. He had a few missteps, a few verbal miscues during his debate and prior to that as he was addressing NATO.
All right, Candace is live right now. So let's get to Candace. You know what I'm saying? I already knew she was going to pop out. She's live as we speak right now. All right? So we're going to go to Candace Owens, a real motherfucker out here. All right? These other cats, I don't know what's up with them. You know, this man sends a letter out. Poor Sleepy. Poor Sleepy.
All right, guys, I don't know what to say. I guess nobody's allowed to have a weekend anymore. Everybody's cancel all your plans until the election because it just seems...
She's live.
It's explosion. Something's happening. It is unbelievable. This political cycle has been unbelievable. When I say unbelievable, I mean you should not believe it. The things that are happening right now, they're like, oh my, Biden dropped out. And yeah, that's a really big announcement, but also there's a little piece of you that knows that all of this is a little fake and gay, right? Like we know that we are not being told the truth. We've been talking about his mental faculties for 4 years now. And the Democrats now...
Thank you, look at her face.
Debate performance, and now we realize it's performative. We're going to cover what's happened, and then we're going to talk about what's actually happened, and then what will happen, what people think is going to happen, and what's going on, of course, behind the scenes, because there are people that are maneuvering all of this, which we have been covering on the show, again, extensively for a very long time. So yes, Biden made a statement. He tweeted this, and by he tweeted this, I mean somebody else tweeted this. Obviously, Biden has not been with us. He has not been conscious for 4 years, okay? So he's not writing any of this. They used to call it a gaffe, another Biden gaffe. It's so funny. Oh, he's just so cute and so likable. He's eating ice cream. He's a lost grandpa. It's a gaffe. Nope. It's a senior citizen who has been on the mental decline. It's why we have said that Jill Biden, his doctor wife, non-doctor wife, is arguably the most hideous first lady to have ever existed in American politics. I actually believe that. And I would say the world, but Brigitte Macron is still a thing, and that is also not a lady. Let's get into Biden's statement. Tweeted this. My fellow Democrats, I have decided not to accept the nomination and to focus all my energies on my duties as president for the remainder of my term. LOL. My very first decision as the party nominee in 2020 was to pick Kamala Harris as my vice president, and it's been the best decision I've made. Today, I want to offer my full support and endorsement for Kamala to be the nominee of our party this year. Democrats, it's time to come together and beat Trump. Let's do this. Thanks, intern. Appreciate her pull that together. Then, of course, he attached this letter to it. Over the past 3.5 years, we have made great progress as a nation. He goes on to say that America has the strongest economy in the world. I don't know where he's living. We've made historic investments. We've lowered prescription drug costs for seniors and expanding affordable health care to a record number of Americans. We've provided critically needed care to 1 million veterans exposed to toxic substances, passed the first gun safety law in 30 years. Yeah, we don't want, like, we understand our government is a threat. Like, being excited about the fact that we're coming after your guns doesn't make me feel particularly good. We've appointed the first African-American woman to the Supreme Court. Yay!
Wow.
She doesn't even know what a woman is. And passed the most significant climate legislation in the history of the world, also known as we're stealing your tax dollars and convincing you that we can impact the planet. He's on the right. America has never been better positioned to lead than we are today. And what he means is we're going to need a world war real quick.
Yeah, how the fuck is our economy better than anybody else? That our economy is fucked.
Things are getting real bad, and so we need a reset button. And what better way to reset than war with Iran? And so we need a reset button. And what better way to reset than war with Iran? None of this could have been done without you, the American people.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up, y'all.
The pandemic, which was created by us, the government. And I might be adding a little bit of lip here. I'm not reading it verbatim per se. I'm reading it as we're all reading it together. And the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, which we likely caused too. We've protected and preserved our democracy by continuing to make people believe that there is no democracy. Some people are deluded and are still buying into this illusion. And we've revitalized and strengthened our alliances around the world, meaning we are running a money laundering operation in Ukraine. And don't you dare ask a question about Israel or you're an anti-Semite.
What?
He writes, it has been the greatest honor of my life to serve as your president. That could be true because he won't remember it. And while it has been my intention to seek re-election...
Yeah, what the fuck is up with Israel? Why you're so scared? We can't even say Jew.
I believe it is in the best interest of my party and the country for me to stand down and to focus solely on fulfilling my duties as president for the remainder of my term, which is his nice way of saying the CIA says step aside. Cool. I will speak to the nation later this week. We're working on doses to see how much adrenaline they can get into my butt at once so I can get through a speech. And there will be more detail about my decision. the CIA's decision. For now, let me express my deepest gratitude to all those who have worked so hard to see me reelected. I want to thank Vice President Kamala Harris, who I secretly hate, and she hates me too, for being an extraordinary partner in all this work. And let me express my heartfelt appreciation to the American people for the faith and trust you have placed in me. I believe today what I always have, that there is nothing America can't do when we do it together, which is when the deep state makes decisions and we force you to go along with it. We just have to remember we are.
Yo, I'm no disrespect, but don't y'all be saying sometimes, she's live right now, by the way, y'all. Don't y'all be saying sometimes, I wonder why she's still alive? Because she be talking the type of shit that normally motherfuckers get killed for.
United States of America, currently being occupied by a hostile party in charge. Yeah, I added a little bit, but that I would say is pretty close to verbatim of the statement that he sent out. And here is what I already really hate about the speech, just right off the bat. And I know that so many of you guys can absolutely relate to this. It's just the fact that we are watching a play. We're watching actually House of Cards. I don't remember what season it was, but I'm pretty sure this happened during House of Cards, where a contested convention. And we all knew this was coming again, like I said, back in 2020. And I hate that there are actually people, and I say this with love in my heart, who are watching this as Democrats and going, wow, he did the right thing. Wow, what a brave man. He is just, as soon as he realized
This is Candace we like.
he was not in the best shape mentally, he made a sacrifice and he stepped down and he did the right thing. And that is why I am a Democrat today. Like somewhere
Lies, motherfucker. The CIA kept this old ass in there knowing that he was decrepit.
I say people are that deluded. So back in 2020 when we said, obviously these aren't gaffes, Biden does not have mental faculties about him. We were called mean. We were bullying a senior citizen. We were those angry maggot.
Biden out of here.
Which became a word like maggots that were referred to as for people that supported MAGA. And we were calling this out, and the media instead used COVID to hide him, to make it so that he never had to give any interviews. And people believed that what we were saying was a conspiracy.
And that's why they use the COVID situation right now. That motherfucker ain't got no COVID, just like he didn't speak to Trump, because Trump blew his ass up. Just like I said the other day. I told y'all, when he said he was speaking to Trump, when Trump got shot, he lied. All right? And they used the fucking COVID situation to cover his old ass up. Now watch her blow the fucking shit out the water.
Does not see this. How could you buy the idea? Because they're all gaffes. I mean, early on in his campaign, he was getting lost on stage. Obama was walking him off stage, guiding him. They would not let him go anywhere. And still, they elected him. And what does that actually tell you? And of course, they're not voting for Biden. In 2020, we're not voting for Biden. They're voting against Trump because they just hate him so much that they would rather invest in puppetry. They would rather go, actually, no, Karen's pulling the strings. I just want to make sure that I don't ever have to look at Trump at all. Like pretending that things were bad under Trump. And so what annoys me about this is that there are people that are going to pretend that this is natural, that they all just at once saw this happening and right after the debate.
COVID was a cover-up, y'all. The motherfucker ain't have no COVID.
The decision was made before the debate to get rid of Biden. They signed up for...
And Kamala ain't got a fucking chance in hell. Get us somebody else up here, man. She doesn't have a chance. That's a trick question. Vote. Get your vote on. Double tap the screen. Let's go.
George Clooney, the actor, remember he did the...
If you on that Trump bullshit, let's go.
Calling for him to step down after the debate performance. And then in that op-ed, he lists this personal experience that he had at a fundraiser. He said, this is just not the Joe Biden that I know, and I realized that he's in decline. Oh, you realized he was in mental decline? Why did you wait until after the debate to write this op-ed?
Bingo.
Because you're literally an actor. You're a state actor. Your job is...
Joe Biden ain't been responsible for even changing his own fucking diaper, let alone making any decisions for this fucking country. That's what she's saying, all right?
To do the bidding for the shadow government that is executing things, to get behind the candidates they tell you to get behind, when exactly they tell you to get behind them. They all knew. Every person in the White House, the vice president, his wife, his children, everybody knew that Joe Biden has been in steep mental decline since before he even announced that he was running. He was just installed in 2020.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up. You're going to see a big ass thumb pop up as soon as you double tap the screen.
Everyone that's in the club, the craziest Democrats who are a part of that system of power, who lie, they do the bidding of the state. Governor Whitmer, who quite literally cannot move her face. There is just so much inside of her. Like she looks terrifying. She's terrifying.
Let me put you on. Kamala won't be the final candidate. Kamala's just the one that's being put up right now. She cannot fight against no Donald Trump. It's not. It's an unfair fight. It's like putting a fucking Kimbo Slice in the UFC ring with Paris Hilton.
Okay, and we saw how terrifying she is as an individual during COVID, when she just took so much power and, of course, was involved in a plot, the FBI trying to get people to plan her kidnapping so they could get Trump supporters. Well, she tweeted this: President Biden is a great public servant who knows better than anyone what it takes to defeat Donald Trump. His remarkable work to lower prescription drug costs, fix the damn roads, bring supply chains home, address climate change, and ensure America's global leadership. Like, what is she talking about? Show of hands right now in America if you're like, well, the one thing I remember about the Biden presidency is that he really fixed the damn roads. Who's writing this stuff? Pete Buttigieg,
The CIA.
to be left behind, wrote this: Joe Biden has earned his place among the best and most consequential presidents in American
Fuck outta
history.
here.
Consequential, all right.
This the Candace we like. Demon time, Candace.
Best presidents? I need to meet the person. I need to meet the Democrat voter who's looking at this going, yes, Joe Biden is the best president of my lifetime because he fixed the damn roads.
Right. And all the roads are still fucked up, by the way. I mean, not that we give a fuck about that, but come on.
Just observe you. Genuinely just observe.
This is how he's going out.
Pete Buttigieg concludes with, I am so proud to serve under his leadership and thankful for his unwavering focus.
Joe Biden was probably one of the worst presidents I ever seen. I've never seen a more unpopular motherfucker ever in my life. And I'm older than most of y'all.
Because that's what this became in the end. You did so good. You went to party all by yourself. That is how she was speaking to and about her husband publicly toward the end. Well, Naomi, his daughter, Naomi Biden, writes, I'm nothing but proud today of my pop, our president, Joe Biden, who has served our country with every bit of his soul and with unmatched devotion. Not only has he been and will continue to be the most...
I bet you so proud that you didn't even pop out for none of his shit. You seen Trump's whole family, his badass wife. Trump got a rock star type of wife. You know what I'm saying? This man is dragging a dead body. Come on, listen, no disrespect. He is was the president. This motherfucker's out of here. And what's this? August, September, November, December. Oh, it's gonna be a long. He might not make it, man. Let's throw the prayers up for Joe Biden, man.
Most effective president of our lifetime, but he's likely already cemented himself as the most effective and impactful
Who's running the ship? Who the fuck got the steering wheel in this bitch?
public servant in our nation's history? He has been at the center of and had a material impact on literally every single major issue that our country and world has faced for 50 years. Our world is better today. And
Lies. Get on that demon shit. I wish I could put some fucking devil horns on this woman right now. She about to go in.
so many ways, thanks to him, to the Americans who have always had his back. Keep the faith. He will always have ours. And yes, keep the faith, says the Catholic family, that if they could terminate children in the womb at 9 months, they would.
Woo!
Keep the faith.
Ooh. Shots fired. Man, that was below the belt. Double tap the screen, y'all.
I'm just wondering, which faith exactly are they wanting us to keep? Theirs? And by the way, I gotta know, where's Barack Obama right now? He's gotta be reading this and just going, excuse me?
She's live right fucking now. She's live right fucking now. Double tap the screen, man. I mean, you could go to her fucking live, but you ain't gonna get this great commentary and this dick.
He could sell salt to a slug, you know? He was lying to your face, but boy, did Barack Obama make you feel good. You almost believed that he was had a peaceful presidency. You didn't even know that he dropped more bombs in the Middle East than any president ever in the history.
He protected the rainbow more than anything.
Just sound cool. So he's got to be reading this, the most effective president, the best president we've ever had, 50 years, and just going,
Mm-hmm.
You guys let me know if we get any statements from Barack Obama. It is insulting to him. It is very insulting to Barack Obama. They are just doing way too much
Of
right.
course he would stay low. Barack has always been, let's keep it real, man. I mean, despite the fake made up demeanor and shit like that, Barack has always loved that motherfucking camera. So much so where he had his wife. Think about it. Do y'all even know Joe Biden's wife's name? And don't type it in the fucking chat. But I mean, just off top. Do you even fucking know? Matter of fact, type it in the chat. Y or N. Don't go look it up and say, just off top. Do you know his fucking wife's name? No. Obama sold Michael Obama, a.k.a. Michelle Obama, like a pimp out of Chicago. Let's keep it real. He used that bitch more than fucking Jackie Onassis was used. Let's keep it real. You feel me? Now, I'm not saying she was unwillingly used. I'm just saying that Barack Obama normally liked the fucking camera. So where's his ass at right now?
Right here. You guys let me know if we get any statements from Barack Obama, because this is just, it is insulting to him. It is very...
The fuck is Barack Obama and his bitch with them big ass shoulders? I never liked the bitch with big shoulders. I ain't gonna lie. Reminds me of that show, Scary Movie 3, I think. You know what I mean? When she, you know, the dude was telling the girl jump in the bed, and then they want the role play. He wanted to put a fucking football helmet on out of everything. Like, why do I want my motherfucking girl? And this is why y'all got a problem with niggas grabbing women by the pussy. If you ever told your girl, you know what I'm saying? If your girl name is Michelle, really Michael, and you tell her to go put a fucking football helmet on.
Insulting to Barack Obama. They are just...
in bed.
Doing way too much right here. And of course, the only person who is telling the truth about his presidency is Donald Trump. He gave a response instantly to CNN. He said this: he is the worst president in the history of our country.
He's in the background planning. Somebody said he's in the background planning. Planning what? Planning what? He normally shining 32 teeth out on these screens when there's action.
He goes down as the single worst president by far in the history of our country.
That part.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, Obama has tweeted, if you guys could...
This Obama just tweeted. I bet he watching her right now.
Has been one of Americans' most
consequential presidents as well.
I agree with that. There will be consequences.
As a dear friend and a partner to me. Today, we've also been reminded again that he's a patriot to the highest order. That's the most generic response ever. Let me hear what Candace is talking about.
The Joe Biden presidency, as well as a dear friend and partner.
This is Obama's response. She's commenting on.
We've also been reminded again that he's a patriot of the highest order. Here's my full statement. I love that because I don't feel he really lied in that tweet. He did the thing where he kind of gave us a nice feeling sentence, but didn't really actually say he was a good president.
He ain't say shit. He played with words, just like I said.
Barack Obama, I'm not going to read your entire statement because you do tend to get a little long-winded, but you should be incredibly offended having looked.
That Cash App is pinned at the top. We don't get paid for this, so put it in my pocket if it's in your heart. It's Sunday, you know what I'm saying? Give it to me.
At all of that. So, of course, the big question now is what is going to happen? And I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Here's what you can expect. Here's what they're going to tell you is going to happen. And I just am not so sure about Kamala Harris.
Get your vote on. 141 votes so far. What are these people saying? 76% of the people so far is saying that Kamala don't got a chance in hell against Donald Trump.
Before we get to jumping into that process, I want to thank our sponsors. You know, we need a prayer in general for this country, and if there's one way that's happening right now, it will help you maintain your peace and deepen your relationship with God. So download Hello.
Okay.
And it was basically just going to be, here you are, yes, we've already pledged delegates to you, but to make it official, we are going to do this at the Democratic National Convention.
Does horse-faced Kamala got a chance against Donald White Trump? Excuse me, Donald White Chocolate Trump.
The pledged delegates, he was just going to be formally elected.
Oh yeah, we love attacking race shit over here. Show how stupid it sounds. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. When was the last time you went to go get a fucking Budweiser and you didn't get served because you was black? Or when the last time you couldn't get in a black barbershop because you was white?
I really like Kamala. By the way, as she says, these streets are talking. Girl, these streets are talking. And people just don't like Kamala across the board. I'd say that Democrats are not fond of her. Black America is not fond of her. There's something about her that just comes across.
You don't need to be cursing. Be respectful. You sound like a smart, intelligent person. Let peace reign. Remember to have a charity, elderly, sick, and most of all, the innocent children. Good word. Good word. Normally I'll tell somebody like that to eat a dick, but today is Sunday, and I respect what you're saying. Let me be more mindful of how I'm addressing these horse-faced motherfucking bitches. You know what I'm saying?
And, well, there would be a contingent. I think I showed it to you in a previous episode.
And I ain't talking about Candace, because she's beautiful.
Who were like, he had better be Kamala Harris, or I'm gonna, and I'm not doing this, by the way, as a stereotype. This woman literally was thug life. Who was she speaking to, guys? But that, like, who was she on when we showed that woman who was a delegate, and she was just like delegate, and she was like, I am not.
Now, all cap aside, man, thank you for that. I need that.
You know, she better be the next person if he sits down. So they understand that it will look really bad.
But trust me, this is the eat a dick, get the fuck up out of here channel. You know what I'm saying?
That's want Kamala, but
just not today. Just not today for you.
To me, and I'll tell you why.
Only because you sound exactly like some shit my mother would tell me, and let me just be very mindful now.
We can go into our time machine and go back to
rant over. Let's get it.
Time that someone tried to interject the truth about Kamala, which is that she slept her way to the top. It's a fact. She was with a 6-year-old man, got her start in the political career, and they would go, oh my gosh, how dare you say this? That's so sexist. Well, then suddenly on July 6th, the day
clowning allegedly. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember that everybody has the opportunity to begin a YouTube channel. I can't help the fact that I started this channel and people wanted to look at this shit. I was cool with just 5 fucking friends looking at this shit. All right? This is the type of conversations we have outside of those 5 people. Huh?
Daily Mail actually published a headline about the fact that Kamala Harris was, thotting through life. And they basically said she got her...
Thotting through life is crazy. Hold up. She's about to cap at Kamala. Listen, this is Kamala. This is Candace words, not mine.
Oh my gosh, how dare you say this? That's so sexist. Well, then suddenly on July 6th, the Daily Mail actually published a headline about the fact that Kamala Harris was, thotting through life. And they basically said she got her political start, her political upstart, because she was dating this guy, Willie, can't think of his last name right now. And he was married, and he was in his 60s, and Kamala Harris...
Willie Chestnut.
Spring chicken, and that is how she...
she said that Kamala slept her way into politics. Copy.
She entered the political scene. So she was not somebody who was a part of their ecosystem, but they tapped her in 2020 because they were like, oh.
Damn, man, it hit different when Candace Owens is live talking about Kamala was a thot and she got receipts on it. Oh.
Same right now. And he was married and he was in his 60s and Kamala Harris was just a spring chicken, and that is how she entered the political scene. So
fucking an old politician. Oh man, I gotta retitle this. I gotta retitle this video. Candace Owens blows up Kamala Harris for thotting with an OG. Something like that. What y'all think?
She was not somebody who was a part of their ecosystem, but they tapped her in 2020 because they were like, oh, like the thing that we always say is that look at the Republican Party, it's so white and there's no diversity, and how are we going to be able to say that if we're running Joe Biden, who's been extraordinarily wealthy his entire life and whose son is becoming extraordinarily wealthy while smoking crack simply because he's doing dirty deals in Ukraine. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna hire Kamala Harris. We're gonna select Kamala Harris to be the vice president. And he's the only person I can think of. And then we can sell. I know that when she was sworn into Congress, she was talking about how...
That's fucked up. She just called Kamala Harris a whore. Says that she was fucking with a 68-year-old man when she was a little ass girl. You know what I'm saying? Sucking him off in the White House. Sucking him off. That's what she said, right? Allegedly. And that's how she got into the political world, you know? I heard there's some girls that, all troll bullshit to the side, that do shit like that to get in the music industry, to get into Hollywood, you know what I mean? So it's not hard to believe that a woman will be thotting through life to get her political start. I guess she got what she wanted.
She's an Indian, but we'll just tell the people, like, forget the Indian side, like now she's back to black.
And she's an Indian. They've been going off in my chat lately about this Indian shit. They don't like that.
And the streets are talking, ha 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 ha.
The streets is talking.
Black. And the streets are talking, ha 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 ha. And that's what they did. So that is the only reason that Kamala Harris, they literally did not have another person that they felt could be the vice president and allow them to use the isms. You don't like her, you're a sexist. You don't think that she's amazing? You're a misogynist, deep-seated misogyny.
Wow.
You don't want this ticket to win?
That's a fact. That's a fact, Rollo.
Is it because Kamala Harris is black? Kinda. I feel like it is. It's because you're a racist.
Kenny allegedly will bang Kamala. You know what I'm saying?
So they just needed her to do the thing. And
I wouldn't. I seen her neck.
now, unfortunately, because they have realized, which they loved Biden, because
Ask Mac about B1 and his info. I think whoever. Let me wrench my man up real quick. What the fuck? Let me keep my man in the game. Okay, yeah. Don't question B1's info. That's what the fuck he does. He gets info. Whoever said something about B1, don't. No worries, Kenny. How's your day going, bro? All good. Happy Sunday. Oh, Kenny's like me. Kenny
because Biden is
Kenny can be contained. Okay, so that's what's going on. Okay, I no action here. Salute.
just a shell. Like he is. He will do and say whatever it is.
Y'all motherfuckers is probably two of the most liked people on my chat. You know what I mean? I just met B1, but I know Kenny.
They want him to say, and that is the ideal candidate, somebody that is completely controllable.
That motherfuckers just like that's probably why I like B1, because he just like fucking. You can't contain the B1.
Completely controlled, and somebody who they're covering his secrets. We know that we never got full answers.
Share this video on Facebook real quick, y'all. Double tap the screen. That's gonna make a big ass fucking like pop up, a big thumb pop up on your screen. That means you did God's work. Let's go.
And we never will get full answers on those weird text messages, which Twitter locked out of my account because they said it could re-victimize someone, between Hunter Biden and his parents talking about allegations of incest in his family. Okay? We will never get clear answers about.
It get more nastier. I thought me seeing Hunter Biden put a fucking glass dick to his mouth and smoke it like Pookie on camera for us was enough. Now we hearing this shit.
Ashley Biden.
Yo, no reply. What you know about these text messages, man? I've been hearing about that. I didn't zone in yet on it.
Controllable, completely controlled, and somebody who they're covering his secrets. We know that we never got full answers, and we never will get full answers on those weird text messages, which Twitter locked out of my account because they said it could re-victimize someone, between Hunter Biden and his parents talking about allegations of incest in his family.
Wow. That went completely under the radar. Hunter must have been high, because I'm gonna tell you something. That glass dick that he been smoking on, it lowers your fucking inhibitions. They end up getting text messages from Hunter Biden and his family alleging some fucking incest shit going on. Hunter wasn't feeling that. No wonder Joe Biden kept them close at the meetings. Everybody's like, yo, why is he at these fucking meetings? He's not a politician, right? He smokes a glass dick. We caught him on fucking camera weighing up fucking heroin, coke, glass, all type of shit, bro. And then he shows his face in the tub with the glass dick in his mouth, smoking fucking crack on camera. Are you kidding me? You think I won't believe that other shit?
Okay.
Excuse me. Let me mind myself of my language. Double tap the screen.
We will never get clear answers about Ashley Biden's journal, where she said explicitly that she was sexualized, she thinks in part early, because she took showers with her father.
So her and her brother is alleging that there's been some incest shit. Now they make a fake case of COVID for Joe Biden, and now he's out of the race, and Kamala is the fucking one, and y'all don't want me to call her a gorilla fake. I mean, y'all don't want me to call her a big back.
None of that is normal. The media completely buried this. They first said that the laptop wasn't real, and somehow it worked.
So why if it wasn't real, why are the same allegations being passed around, bro?
And you had these eluded Democrats that were like, this is Russian misinformation. And they waited years and like, oh yeah, all of it's real, but we hope we don't.
If it was Russia, why the fuck is y'all playing with Russia? Why would the Russians play games with you when Hunter Biden was in bed? It's still in bed with the Russians. Why would the Russians do it?
Those little tidbits about.
You get what I'm saying? It's like I'm making money for the plug. Why would I fucking blow the plug? No,
incest and potential incest, and Ashley Biden's diary, and said we're gonna knock down James O'Keefe's door.
Ashley, we need answers. Hunter, we need answers. We don't need these. And look, your man dropped out of the race. Does that mean that he's no longer the president? What type of plays are they doing?
Because he was in possession of the diary.
For real, if he drops out of the presidency, he has COVID, he's about to fucking die. Who's running the ship? Is Kamala Harris the fucking president now?
Somehow, and he never published it. We're just going to
It's
intimidate.
about to get nasty tonight, man. Amy Harris was in Amy Harris was in jail over the Ashley Biden diary for 1 month and 3 years probation. She found the diary in a halfway home that Ashley Biden was in. It was good money.
People for talking about it. That's kind of what happened.
Watch, I think that's what's coming out. I think that's why he's dropping out. I don't think he's dropping out because he's feeble. I think the feeble shit is just an act. It's just an act. And you want to know what? Trump was strategic in challenging him and his libido. He knew that his ego would jump up and he will fucking go off the CIA script and he will try to, you know what I mean, match Trump's libido, his machismo. He was like, man, you can't hit no. He was like, I can hit my own thing and you should. I'll battle you if you carry your own golf clubs. By damn it. Oh, shit. And then he tried to catch himself. Yo, they getting him up out of there because he's going to have to answer the scandal that's about to come out. You got to act like he's an old man. You want to know why? Because then the news, the fake news especially, they'll fucking go sniff some, they'll bark up another tree if they think that you're old and you're on your way out the door. I don't think he's old and on his way out the door. I think that he's doing very well. But he just don't want that smoke that's going to come with this smut about this fucking incest shit going on in your family, man.
In case you forgot. And so, as I was saying,
Allegedly.
What we have now is they wanted that family, the Biden family, to be in office because they were part of the in crowd, the dirty, secret crowd, people that they can control. Kamala, not so much, but it became untenable. The situation became entirely untenable because he quite literally, they realized, cannot speak. That's not, you don't need that. You need a shell, but the shell's got to be able to talk just a little bit, just a couple of sentences here and there, and he can't do it, right? So they, at some point, months ago, made the decision that we're going to have to get rid of him, but we want to wait until we're close to the convention so that we can select who we want. I personally think they want Governor Whitmer.
Now, Whitmer.
I personally think that they want a Gavin Newsom. They do not want Kamala Harris, and so this
Bingo, I just said that.
Convention is going to get interesting. I'm not buying all of this rhetoric of everyone saying, I stand with her. They have to say that, and then I think some calls are going to be made. I think it is entirely plausible that they put somebody else in there that they actually want and can control because Kamala is a little bit
another puppet.
Uppity. And what I mean by that is she has an attitude and she gets stubborn and she...
Thank you, and it's easy to trigger her. You don't want nobody in the fucking running the seat. You don't want nobody, directing the fucking traffic, that don't got her emotions tight. And Kamala is ghetto. And she's a fucking thought. Kamala was getting passed around by so many politicians.
He has that. And then I think some calls are going to be made. I think it is entirely plausible that they put somebody else in there that they actually want and can control because Kamala is a little bit uppity. And what I mean by that is she has an attitude and she gets stubborn and she has not been as malleable as a Biden or Clinton type person would be. So keep your eyes and keep your ears peeled because there is more drama. As I said, no.
Candace live right now, y'all.
Okay, so bring a sleeping bag, guys. We're just going to stay live until November. That's pretty much what's going on here. Now I want to get into the last couple of statements made by Biden, and so we can really just examine where we're at and remember everything that's gone on. It's important to remember how ridiculous this show is that we're watching because it is a show. It's all performative. Before we do that, I want to thank our other show sponsor, Preborn. You guys know I love them. Preborn, they're doing the Lord's work literally. We know what Planned Parenthood is doing, speaking of Joe Biden and his fake
God's work
in the highest abortion areas because preborn.com/Candace.
My bad.
I'm going to say the same thing. Remember the word panic. There's panic. I was like, okay, you're all just being handed the same talking point. You can't even switch up the words. Like, there's confusion because of the debate performance. And this really was the moment, the clip that was
She's called this bitch Kamala a fucking harlot. Says she got receipts of her sleeping with old ass men when she was just a young, what she called a spring chicken. Her words, not mine.
It was Trump saying what we were all saying, which was, I don't think I understood what he quite said. Take a look at this.
Said Kamala was getting bent the fuck over in the White House. Like, she not making no fucking secret about it. She does not like this bitch.
Continue to move until we get the total ban on the total initiative relative to what we're going to do with more border patrol and more asylum officers.
I showed this shit last night, didn't I?
President Trump?
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look,
Yeah, nobody knew what he said, but we hadn't been knowing what he was saying for like 4 years, so I don't know why that was particularly interesting for some people. Alas, it was. And like I said, then the media did the rounds and just the Rachel Maddow. She's really just an actress. Like if Rachel Maddow wasn't on MSNBC, she could have been on Glee. But I don't think she can sing. So she's just inside MSNBC. They're all like this and going, everything there's panic. I don't know what that performance.
It's the Candace I like, nigga.
Or to Democrats who actually watch this stuff are watching MSNBC going, oh, my trusted Maddow. Oh, she's telling.
That Eminem shit was fire, JJ.
People are ready to accept it because these people are in fact.
Candace spoke about it.
And of course, we fast forward, and the most insane thing in which we still do not have any answers for, right? So don't allow this situation to make you forget that they are already trying to memory hole what happened the night that Trump nearly lost his life. Okay, that was an assassination.
Thank you very much. A fucking assassination attempt set up by your friendly neighborhood CIA, allegedly.
Still have no details beyond about the shooter's parents. We still don't have answers. We don't even know what kind of a gun was fired at him. We don't really even know where the shell cases are. I mean, basic questions about what went down that night have not been answered. There's been zero follow-up. And I think that's part of the chaos. They want everything to be chaotic, and they just want to move on because Trump was supposed to die that night. And, of course, when that happened, there was essentially silence in the White House, I think, because they thought he was going to die. And I have to tell you guys, like tomorrow's episode earlier this week, somebody reached out to me and said, Candace, you should really look into the person who caught that photo, the Pulitzer Prize winning photographer who caught that photo, because he just seems to be at a lot of really important historical events. And I'm wondering if he always...
Wow, no reply says, at the RNC, Trump only mentioned Biden's name once. As a marketing guru, right? You do not waste resources on return. Trump already knew Biden was out.
Always travels with the Trump campaign to catch photos and obscure rallies in Pennsylvania. I like that tidbit. We'll be investigating it. But anyways, we were waiting for our resident Biden to respond to it as everybody was live, everybody was speaking.
Fact, Lance.
Nation attempt, and
Lance
could muster was a 2-minute speech, and this was it. Take a listen.
Thanks for coming, folks. I've been thoroughly briefed by all the agencies of the federal government as to the situation.
And as I predicted, he lied about speaking to Trump when Trump got shot. He tried to throw himself out. I spoke to Trump and yeah. Yeah, we don't believe that shit. We would have believed it if you would have popped up and been at the fucking hospital, homie.
Based on what we know now.
You know, Trump, if something like that would have happened to Biden, Trump would have been right over there. Because Trump, let me tell you something, the attention with Trump, it comes with the name. That attention is nothing new to homie. He know how to handle it.
I have tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to them shortly, I hope, when I get back to the telephone.
And she's live right now. I hope she says what the fuck I said.
Look, there's no place in America for this kind of violence. It's sick. It's sick. It's one of the reasons why we have to unite this country. We cannot allow for this to be happening.
I mean, honestly, he's talking like he don't even know who got shot. Let's keep it real, man.
We cannot be like this. We cannot condone this. And so, and I want to thank the Secret Service and all the agencies, including the state agencies, that have been engaged in making sure that the people who, and we have more detail to come relative to other people maybe injured in the audience. I don't have all that detail. We'll make that available to you. I may be able to come back.
Yo, TSTV former, he couldn't possibly be behind it. He's just a fucking puppet.
A little later tonight.
He'll be the last person to know what's really happening. That's why he looks fucking, bewildered. He's actually bewildered. He's not acting right now.
But we'll put out a statement if I'm not able to give it, if it's not convenient for you all.
Oh, boy.
But the bottom line is that the Trump rally was a rally that he should have been able to be conducted peacefully without any problem. But the idea that there's political violence or violence in America like this is just unheard of. It's just not appropriate. And everybody must condemn it. Everybody. I'll keep you.
Man, get this dude. Get this dude, Candace. Get him.
I'll let you know that as well. But so far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that they're thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience. We have some reports, but not final reports. And every agency in the federal government, and I'm going back to my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together again to give me an updated briefing. Has anything happened? They learned any more in the last couple hours. So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to them tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do, okay?
Do you think there was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Yep, we don't know as a fact if, when someone tries to shoot a former president, we don't know for a fact whether or not it's assassination attempt. Some people just shoot for fun at former presidents. I better hope that's not true because, what an absurdity. Obviously, if bullets are being fired at a former sitting president, it is because somebody is trying to kill them. But that was all we got from him that night. And a lot of things have been weird. Again, a lot of unanswered questions about the presence.
Ding dong, ding dong. And you cocksuckers out here that kept saying that this shit was fake. No wonder. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they trying to just brush this shit up under the rug. Like they ain't try to rub my man's fucking life out.
ABC News, all of these organizations who have never run Trump rallies live, were suddenly airing it live.
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up, man. Get your vote on.
Show, by the way, reason that they've given.
If you're on that Trump train, type 1 in the chat. Spam the chat with ones. Let these Biden motherfuckers, because yo, listen, I see y'all comments and y'all so emotional, but I be trying to let y'all breathe. Spam the chat with ones if you're on the Trump train.
We normally do this. Why were you there? Why was this person there? Why were you guys all airing that Pennsylvania rally? And they said, well, because we thought that he might.
Avalanche, Trump training. Maurice, Trump train. Former TV, my brother since day 8, Trump train. Jimmy Z, Trump fucking train. No reply, aka B1, the motherfucking Trump train is on its way. Splash, 1976, family, Trump train. Chels at 28, Trump train. For real, Marty, it's wild. Biden actually thinks he did well. Devin, Trump train. Christopher, Trump train. Sean C, Trump train. Kenny, my motherfucking brother, Trump train. Nick, I said Maurice, Andrew, everybody, Trump train. Alright, let's go. Unity, Trump train. E.T., Trump train. Get your votes on. Dr. Sully, Cornell West. Now we talking. You at the right spot. Get the carrots in the chat. Jose says thumbs down. Wax say what? Wax A. Trump train. Oh man, everybody. Cheryl, Trump train. Alright. Can we ask Dr. Phil's opinion? Oh God. You know what I'm saying? I worked with Dr. Phil before too.
Announce his VP. What?
Double tap the screen right quick. You're gonna see a big thumb pop out when you do that.
There's absolutely no indication given that he would randomly announce his VP in Pennsylvania, but that's kind of the excuse that they're giving right now. And
Or go to the top right, hit those 3 dots. That's where the like button's at.
Again, like I said, we don't know much, but I intend to look into it. But that was Biden that night in this emergency circumstance. That was his calming message. And he didn't even know whether or not it was an assassination attempt. And of course, he implies I'm not staying up to find out because he's sleepy. And he's a very sleepy person. He is always sleeping, is what we're told. He's always
tired as fuck.
Because he has significantly slowed down, and they just kept gaslighting us and pretending that that was not the circumstance. Thereafter, and we can cut now to his
496 votes so far. 73% of the people say that Kamala Harris doesn't even have a chance. Let's go, man.
Unifying speech that he gave. And these, by the way, are the last words that we have from Joe Biden before he catches a mean dose of his favorite thing to have when he doesn't want to talk to anybody, and he's not, when basically his handlers are saying you're not allowed to speak. They always give him a COVID excuse. But before we get there, this will have been the last speech, and he gave this speech from the Oval Office at his desk just a couple of days after, when he was able to confirm that, yes, the person who shot at Donald Trump was in fact trying to assassinate him. Take a listen.
My fellow Americans, I want to speak to you tonight about the need for us to lower the temperature in our politics. And to remember, while we may disagree, we are not enemies. We're neighbors, we're friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, we're fellow Americans. We must stand together. Yesterday's shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania calls on all of us to take a step back. Take stock of where we are, how we go forward from here. Thankfully, former Trump is not seriously injured. I spoke with him last night. I'm grateful. He's doing well, and Jill and I keep him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victims who was killed. Corey was a husband, a father, a volunteer firefighter, a hero, sheltering his family from those bullets. We should all hold his family and all those injured in our prayers. Earlier today, I spoke about an ongoing investigation. We do not
If somebody pretending to be the president, there is
support the candidate of his choosing. We cannot, we must not go down this road in America.
Is it just me? Do you guys feel like we're watching Saturday Night Live skit of somebody pretending to be the president?
Facts.
Being authentic, and this is again why they had to remove him, because there are not enough drugs to inject into somebody's butt to make it seem as though he is clear thinking. There's just not enough drugs. We don't make those drugs yet, okay? And so
Double tap the screen. Let's get the lights up, man. Does Kamala even have a chance in hell, man? So I agree with Candace is saying, for real, for real. She's not an option.
they made the decision that he had to go. They tried to get him to pull it together there to look presidential. He still has this faraway lost look in his eye. We started seeing the writing on the wall, of course, when MSNBC was bringing on doctors, and suddenly they were leaking things that they've known for years. New York Times, oh, it turns out there's a Parkinson's disease doctor that's visited him 8 times. Oh my gosh, we just figured this out. No, you didn't just figure this out. You guys are an arm of the state. Please stop treating the public like we're stupid. Okay? Least of all, the people who did not vote for Joe Biden have been calling us out for years. Stop treating us like we're conspiracy theorists. Obviously, this man has been suffering. We can see this in the way that he falls over going up Air Force One. He just casually falls over. He is losing his gait. And again, under normal circumstances, we would feel very bad. People were saying this, like, Candace, just feel so bad for him. But no, you shouldn't feel bad for him, because it's evil what he is doing. Okay? It is evil and it is selfish. And in 2020, when he knew that he was going in and out, they made a decision behind closed doors that he was the best suited person. And they didn't care. They were like, it doesn't matter. We have all the power, we have all the money, and we will make this happen. Again, democracy is an illusion. So no, I don't feel bad. Stop telling me to feel bad. Feel bad for yourselves. Feel bad for us, okay? Because this is a person who has been pretending to lead the nation, while they continually tell us that the threats are all around us. Oh, it's Russia, it's this. No, the threat is the deep state government. The threat is on the homeland, okay? So anyways, I want to give you guys a couple of updates there. So then thereafter, actually, just to get to the end here, then they tell us he has COVID, because then that allows him to disappear and nobody can ask any questions, and he doesn't have to, keep waking up and trying to get through these teleprompter speeches and trying to remember not to say the little end phrase that says end quote. He says it all the time, right? He's like reading a teleprompter and he's like, I really want to say to the American people that things are going to be okay, end quote. I sure said, oh, yay. Gosh, it is bad, guys. It is really bad. So they gave him the fake COVID, and then he disappeared, and then that's when they said, okay, we can't keep this up any longer. We knew that we were going to do this, and the convention is now close enough that nobody can run against him, and we can just kind of make it a crazy convention, and here we are today. And by the way, I also want to show you this clip. Remember, then they were trying to delude us, because now they wanted to all pretend they were his friends, that his COVID was almost just like the assassination attempt. Do you remember this? Was it Joy Reid and Jen Psaki? Do we have that clip? Yes. Let's run that.
Here's the question that I have on that. These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation. Weird situation, we'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old and has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
It should.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's not the same incident, but it's an elderly man coming through out of an illness.
It should. I just don't understand how these people have jobs. It's just incredible. Isn't it exactly the same thing? Like if he comes out of COVID and he's fine, shouldn't that be uniting enough for the people? When we give him a fake diagnosis, we lock him down at his house, tell him he can't leave, and then we bring him back. It's the exact same thing as everyone watching Trump get shot live in his ear and then showing up a couple of days later at the RNC. It's exactly the same thing. Again, who is the intended audience for this foolishness? I need to know. Send me an email. If that's you, send me an email. I want to meet you. I want to know you. I want to know how your brain gets so severely impacted. Because that's what it is. It's got to be a brain trauma that could lead some people to believing that rhetoric is sensible. Okay, it's utterly, mind-bogglingly stupid. So what do we have going on right now, guys? A couple of live updates. President Joe Biden's announcement apparently was not told to his campaign aides. It was not told to other people that were working on the campaign, who up until this afternoon were insisting that he was going to stay into the race. Many of them, including some senior aides, first found out that was no longer the case by reading the letter that Biden posted on X. Because obviously he's not running his campaign. You know, one of the things I got to see on the ground when Vivek was running was just how involved he was, speaking to them, coaching them, telling them, what they wanted to do, what they thought they could accomplish in Iowa, right? Do you think the people working on his campaign ever see him? Maybe he's done one thing where he's walked out and read the teleprompter and said, "Thank you so much for being here. We have to beat Trump," end quote. And that was probably it. So yeah, of course, they're not getting any communication because these decisions are not being made by Biden. So why would he need to speak to these people? But yeah, that's a bit frustrating. One person said, quote, "We're all finding out by tweet. None of us understand what is happening." That person opted to stay anonymous after giving that reaction. Well, guys, I'll tell you who is on this immediately, and that is the apparatus of people that are supporting Donald Trump, namely a super PAC, which, as we all knew this was going to happen, already had an ad aimed at Kamala Harris, putting together all of her failures so that they could immediately just get it ready to run. And before we show you that ad, though, I do want to thank our last sponsor, Nimi. You guys are going to love this because all women always go, "Candace, what do you use on your face to wash your face?" And I am so excited to tell you guys about Nimi. I love it, Nimi, because it is just a clean brand and it's a very simplified daily routine. I'm actually going to show you guys on Instagram at some point. But Brighten, Protect, you can fight all the signs of aging. They have luxurious skincare for all skin types, and they have toners, moisturizers, serums, and more. What I love actually is that they have the number steps in the back, because I hate when you have all these products and you're like, wait, what am I supposed to do first? Am I supposed to tone, whatever? And they make it super easy. The best part, of course, is I'm super organic, and the products are free from fragrance and other chemicals that may disrupt your skin's natural microbiome. So they are hardcore. They celebrate faith, family, freedom. They proudly support Christian and conservative causes. They're not doing, the thing where they pretend to be left-leaning so they can get into the right market. They stand against all those progressive beauty companies and that back all the anti-American stuff, and their products are therefore made here in the USA. So take Nimi's skin quiz today. Find the perfect routine curated to your exact skin type. Nimi, again, Nimi. They also have a subscription service, so you can save big that way and also ensure that you have the right products that are consistent. So sign up for a subscription. You'll save 15% on your routine and save an additional 5% using code Candace at checkout. You'll also receive a free gift on every third order. Nimi is also donating 10% of proceeds to the victims in Butler, Pennsylvania. So visit NimiSkincare.com. That's Nimi skincare.com to elevate your routine with America's skincare company, or you can simply click the link that we're going to put in our bio. I guess I'll say this, end quote. There we go. I think I'm gonna miss that, actually. I'm totally going to miss that. Okay, so now let's watch this. Let's watch what they have already rolled out. The MAGA Incorporated is an American super PAC that supports, obviously, President Donald Trump, and here's what they already had locked and loaded and ready to go. Take a watch.
Come lower was in on it. She covered up Joe's obvious mental decline.
Our president is in good shape, in good health, tireless, vibrant, and I have no doubt about the strength of the work that we have done.
But Kamala knew Joe couldn't do the job, so she did it. Look what she got done. A border invasion, runaway inflation, the American dream dead. They created this mess. Kamala owns this failed record.
What?
Uh-oh.
No, what? Are you kidding?
Uh-oh.
Did they not see Governor Whitmer's statement? Did they not see all the statements? He's the greatest president. Biden was. How could they do this? How could MAGA do this? No, he paved the damn roads. We're just saying whatever now. But thanks to Joe Biden, we have paved damn roads. As someone said earlier, I don't know what America they're living in, but we're just going with that. And so I'm not happy about that ad, man. I am just not happy about those MAGA people lying about stuff. So he's the greatest president ever, even though we basically never saw him. What else do we have? A couple of more updates for you. Trump on Truth Social wrote this: crooked Joe Biden was not fit to run for president and is certainly not fit to serve, and never was. He only attained the position of president by lies, fake news, and not leaving his basement. All those around him, including his doctor and the media, knew that he wasn't capable of being president, and he wasn't, and now look what he's done to our great country. I had a great there. It felt very Trump-like. With millions of people coming across our border totally unchecked and unvetted, many from prisons, mental institutions, and record number of terrorists. We will suffer greatly because of his presidency. We will remedy the damage he has done very quickly. Make America great again. Love that. Love that. And then we have Alex Soros. By the way, in case you're looking for like a political marriage, imagine if they put her in as president. What's her name? Who was married to the weird pedo vibes person? Uma Abedin. She just got engaged to Alex Soros. Did you guys see that? Yeah. And Alex Soros cited a tweet because somehow he views himself as an important enough person to tweet about this. He wrote, "It's time for us all to unite around Kamala Harris and beat Donald Trump. She is the best and most qualified candidate we have. Long live the American dream. Harris 2024. And we have, of course, Bill and Hillary Clinton, because, I mean, we're not having a good Democrat time unless it's Bill and Hillary Clinton. Where were their comments? Did they make some comments, by the way, after Trump was
I wonder what type of parties they into these days, man. You know, Bill and Hillary must have the freakiest relationship. You ever watch Billions? You know what I'm saying? You remember the Attorney General and his wife? I always make that reference, man, because she was stepping on that motherfucking nigga. She was like poking her high heels in his balls and stuff like that. You know, I think that's how Hillary and Billary get down.
Assassination attempt of Trump. Did they make a statement? Did Hillary Clinton ever make a statement? Where was she on the night that Donald J. Trump was almost shot? I'm not implying anything. I just would like to know where she was. That's all I'm saying. Anyways, they have endorsed Kamala. This was posted onto Hillary's Instagram. President Biden has capped his extraordinary career of service for the presidency that has lifted America. I can't read these lies anymore. It's making me, I went to Latin Mass this morning. I'm not trying to just like read lies like this anymore. And it's just the vibe, I can't lie. I'm sorry. Just assume she wrote a big long statement about everything that President Biden has accomplished. She didn't talk about the damn roads like somebody else did, because someone else thinks he paved the damn roads for us. He certainly has not. But then she takes a necessary stab at Trump, so we'll get to that. We've lived through many up and downs, but nothing has made us more worried for our country than the threat posed by a second Trump term, she said unabashedly after Trump quite literally had a threat on his life and someone tried to kill him. She then wrote, Trump has promised to be a dictator on day one, and the recent ruling by his servile Supreme Court will only embolden him to further shred the Constitution. Now is the time to support Kamala Harris and fight with everything we've got to elect her. America's future depends on it. Again, can you guys look it up? Did she ever give a statement about Trump's assassination attempt?
No.
Like, I don't remember that. That would be wild if she did. By the way, I don't know. I'm asking this live because I just don't remember that in the chorus of people who wrote something about it. I don't remember Hillary Clinton being high up on the list, which would be interesting to say the least. And we do have a statement from J.D. Vance as well. He wrote, Joe Biden has been the worst president in my lifetime, and Kamala Harris has been right there with him every step of the way. Over the last 4 years, she co-signed Biden's open border and green scam policies that drove up the cost of housing and groceries. Yes, that is the America that I believe we're living in. She owns all of these failures, and she lied for nearly 4 years about Biden's mental capacity, saddling the nation with a president who can't do the job. President Trump and I are ready to save America, whoever's at the top of the Democrat ticket. Bring it on. I like it. I like it, guys. And there's just more statements pouring in. We've got Elizabeth Warren, we've got RFK, and they're all kind of, Obama, obviously, I told you, has given a full statement, but we get it. The moral of the story is predictive programming is real. We obviously all knew this was going to happen before the debate. We were saying that he's not going all the way because they need to swap him out. And we were called conspiracy theorists. We were called liars. And now it seems like we're just shortening the amount of time between the conspiracy theory and the event proving the conspiracy theory to be true, which is why I'm going to apologize about being a conspiracy theorist. I just don't care. Yeah, don't care. Built different. Call me a conspiracy theorist. I'm just tired of the days of our lives of performance that is going on, the soap opera, because that's what this is. So in case you're like, this is like crazy, it's actually not that crazy. It's a soap opera that is meant to delude the remaining people who still have faith in our American institutions. And I am certainly not one of these people. I recognize that we are fighting real evil. All right, guys, I'm going to jump and read some of your super chats before we jump out of here. We have good vibrations. I like that. That's fun. Candace, the media is touting Kamala to being a woman and mixed race as qualifying her to be the president. They've learned nothing from their mistake of diversity, inclusion, and Secret Service agents. Yes, of course, like I said, that is the reason that they installed her in the first place. They never liked her. She wasn't a part of the IT club. They find her to be kind of annoying. She's actually not intelligent. She says very stupid stuff all the time, by the way. It's amazing. Me, I was like, yeah, this is so stupid. I'm like, if you think that Kamala Harris is smart and I am stupid, you basically have to vote Democrat. I know that for a fact. And I don't even hate Democrats, by the way. I shouldn't say that, because I know a lot of Democrats watch this show. I'm talking about the far left and the people who just cannot recognize what is happening to this once great country. Amargod writes, literally the plot of an entire season of Homeland. Yeah, and House of Cards. That's why I say it's just predictive programming. They're just telling us what they're going to do, and it doesn't even matter. EMAC writes, Biden's cringe speech aside, we can only hope that as men, fathers, and husbands, we rise to the level of bravery and selflessness as Corey Comparatori rose to, if the need ever arises. Absolutely true, and it was horrific to see people that were mocking the fact that that firefighter and that father,
she live right now. Double tap the screen. That's where y'all getting at. You're gonna see a big ass thumb pop up when you double tap your screen. You at the Mac Mean True Story Show, aka the pro-Trump MAGA. MAGA greater, MAGA channel.
Passed away, that he died that night. He was killed, and there is so much more that should be said, and many things that should be done in his honor. By the way, I hope everybody, if you donate, if you're donating in his honor, because we should give to causes that mean to him. I actually haven't even seen anybody put up. I would love to just donate to his family. So let me know if there's a way or capacity to do that, because I'd love to share that. David writes, Candace, I've always been curious about Trump dating Princess Diana. It's a shame her government
Let's get the lights up, y'all.
Had her killed. Have you researched these things? I have not researched either of them. So I didn't even know that Trump was dating Princess Diana. So that was shocking for me. I don't know if that's true, David, but I read your comment anyway. Love from Australia. Thank you so much, Ann Marsh. Chase writes, hey, Candace, I can't believe how biased I was against Muslims because of the media after October 7th. Thanks for calling me out. You are a hero. You're very welcome. I just think it's crazy. It's like repeating 9/11, and they're just conditioning us to think it's totally fine and permissible to just keep bombing Muslims like we haven't just been bombing Muslims for decades, and we're not bombing them or us into prosperity. So it is a little bit ridiculous. Joe Sellers writes, God bless you, Candace. You're doing great work for God and His church. Thank you for your honesty and spreading truth.
If you're on that good old Trump train, type 1 in the chat. Spam my motherfucking chat. We have a lot of Joe Biden emotional wrecks. Low budget, turquoise and pink wearing men that's scared to grab a woman by the wazoo.
Nothing.
Hating on us for the last couple of days. So type 1 if you're on that Trump train. Spam the chat.
And biometrics and scanning and
I can't see nothing else but ones.
Legislation that has passed through for our safety.
If they type a 2 or 3 or anything else, clap them.
Have been freed.
Send them to Biden. What they call that? The old folks home.
Until that day, I'm not here for it. Future Goat writes, Kamala is one of the most unliked politicians ever. I think Gavin will be their nominee.
Of course, she's one of the most unliked politicians. Candace Owens just said that she was a thought, her own words. I would never use that word. But yeah, Candace Owens says she's a thought, and she got receipts on her sleeping with old dinosaurs when she was just a young spring chicken.
That is my suspicion, is that they have to say Kamala, and then there's going to be something that takes place.
Woo! That Trump train just left the station. And who's on it? Kenny NYC on that Trump train. My man Former, like I told y'all, TSTV. Double tap the screen, get the likes up. Antonio's on that Trump train. All right, everybody, man. Salute, salute if you're here with me.
And some articles about Kamala. She's just not well liked by anybody.
I'm on my way to the gym. It's going to be on tonight. I'm going live at 9:30. We in the dirty sector.
And she is particularly has a way of communicating that just makes you really...
If you're not subscribed, we're on this bullshit every other day or every day sometimes, right? A big friendly G-Day from Sydney, Australia. Good day from Sydney, Australia. Have a big crowd that comes for at the late night when we from Sydney, from Australia, all around Australia. Salute to my brother Icy, graffiti writer, aka the real game of death, from Sydney, Australia.
Not like her. I mean,
and salute to Shane from Australia.
That BET performance, like on these streets.
Good day, mate.
It's just so patronizing and so...
Evelyn says, I don't know if I like her, man. I don't know if I really dig her, man. B1 says, we got more likes than views. We made it, boys. Whoa.
Ridiculous. This person writes, do you know...
Nah, I look at...
Brannon House? Nope, I do not know him at all. This person writes, Candace cracks me up. Thank you, Future Goat. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Joe. And this person writes, Ken, the creator, communicate...
I'm gonna put you on. We got more than 3,000 likes so far on this video. More than 3,000 views, because the views that y'all seeing on your end is not necessarily the views that we see on our end. We see the real views. In the last 60 minutes, we got 3,500 views. This is real live time. So this is the real numbers from YouTube. What y'all seeing on your YouTube is not... Okay, look at that. See? 60 minutes. Last 48 hours. 38. So the first, this is the real views. All right? We get it from the back. No freaky. It shows you the watch time hours and everything here. It shows you how many people's actually been to this chat today. You know what I'm saying? This is how many chat messages we've had. 634. All right, the reactions, 315. We know what's going on with this channel. Trust me when I tell you. Let me refresh this real quick. 634. Type some. Okay, it's about America. She worked for her husband. That's a good stream, seeing as everyone else is also live streaming the same topic on every platform. You're getting good views. That's a fact. That's a fact. See, now you see how I just went up to 642? This is the real time. Y'all send a reaction, put a reaction in the chat, and then y'all gonna see those numbers go up. All right? But that's really what it is. Anyway, back to the subject. Kamala is not a good candidate. She's not a good candidate. She will be put in place just as a filler for now. And we'll see who they're gonna pull up with. I think that is what Candace Owens saying. Which I feel like she got her finger on the pulse of this country right now. So give me a second. 1 second, putos. Let's get back to the shit show. Alright, she's off. She's off. But somebody was talking about what she said about Eminem. I didn't even get to look at it. I pulled the video up and I say, let me go check it out. But I never actually went to see. You know what I'm saying? Give me a second. Hillary clitorally. She's a troll like a motherfucker. She be trolling these motherfuckers and they don't even know what to do with this joint. All right, this is this track shit she was talking about. They was talking about earlier. Salute to everybody that's here. Blackout TSTV in the building. I'm pretty sure they are working double time to convince Michael Obama to run. I don't know what's up with Mike, man. Mike got some big ass shoulders, though. Hey, it's JD Vance.
Along with President Trump, to make America great again, we need your help. So if you're able, chip in $1.
I'll say about Eminem. I heard the music, and I'm going to take you through the lyrics, and it's become very apparent to me that Eminem is having his Hillary Clinton hot sauce moment. Now, if you don't remember what that moment was, back in 2016, she was doing the obligatory rounds and having to pretend that she likes black people, and she visited Charlemagne the God and the Breakfast Club, as is mandatory for all presidential candidates, especially the Democrat ones. And she had this moment when she was asked what she carries in her bag. Take a listen.
No more questions? They said no, she has to go.
What's something that you always carry with you? Hot sauce.
Hot sauce.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Nigga, please.
Getting information right now? Hot sauce. Hot sauce in my bag, swag?
Hot sauce.
Really?
Yes.
Now listen, I want you to know people are going to see this and say, okay, she's pandering to black people.
Okay. Is it working?
Wow.
It's kind of weird. The more I watch that clip, the more I kind of like her. That's just like very honest.
Word.
She's like, I'm pandering to black people, and I just want to know if it's working. I got hot sauce in my bag. In case you don't know why she said that, that was because at the time Beyonce's song Formation was viral, and there's this moment where she says, I got hot sauce in my bag, swag. So Hillary Clinton
Oh, man.
was talking and
Candace is a sharp bitch, man.
speaking with black people, and she wanted them to vote for her. So what better way than to use a clever Beyonce lyric when asked what she always has in her purse? Because obviously she travels with hot sauce in her bag, swag. Get it? Is it working? It didn't work, guys. She lost the election. So that's just a
Bitch, you lost.
quick update for you. But you know who is putting that on? Who's putting on his best Hillary Clinton 2016 impression? Eminem. In the ultimate pander
Eminem.
to black America. He's just like, please buy
Oh, man. Shots fired at Eminem. Bop!
my album. So many of them are flopping. I will
Double tap the screen. Let's get the likes up.
say anything. What do I have to do? Who do I have to throw under the bus? So he starts by, basically, he has got the song. It's called Lucifer.
Eminem.
And he obviously throws Kanye under the bus first. He's just like, oh, nobody cares about Kanye anymore, as if anybody even knows where Eminem is. Kanye is still making a lot of headlines. Eminem, on the other hand, is not. But I want to take you through these lyrics because there's a lot happening here. First thing I want to say is Eminem is
And I
obviously...
hate these motherfuckers that use, that be high-level trolls and use anything racial to catapult their fucking business.
a gay man. It's very sad that Eminem cleaned out his closet but never came out of his closet. But let's get to these lyrics. I'll read them to you. He writes, or says, or raps,
Oh, she be coming in hot.
and Candace O, I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact BITCH forgot she was black at her. Oh, laugh at her like
That she forgot that she was black. What the fuck do she gotta do? You know what? Eminem is next. Eminem, you a trash ass fucking rapper. You're mad trash. I didn't listen to nothing Eminem since the first shit when we was shocked that he was dogging his mother out. You piece of shit. You dogged your mother out. You dogged your baby mama out. You love targeting women. And now, here you go again. Sound like fucking Biden. You ain't black if you ain't voting Democrat. Eminem is trash. I love Eminem, but you're trash. Nah, I don't love you. I love what you stood for in the beginning. I don't like this weirdo shit that he on.
them crackers she's backing after her back is
Laugh at her like them crackers she's backing. After her back is turned in a cute MAGA hat with her brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Ha ha. Or say this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worms on the planet, whole planet Earth. Trash. Man, go write some better raps, man.
Turned in a cute MAGA hat with her brand new White Lives
Eminem wanted his black card approved by Biden. I don't blame him.
Matter shirt. Haha, no.
Eminem sound like an asshole.
Say this MAGA.
Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? You never left, right? Always coming back. Every year. Every time they need to get popping, they want to jump out at somebody. And now the race thing. Huh? How's a white man telling you about crackers? It's crazy. White man preaching to you about who's a cracker and who you're supporting. I guess if you support somebody black, then consider you a cracker. What type of shit is that, man? Y'all gotta stop moving that goalpost.
A dirt bag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worms
Unacceptable.
on the whole planet Earth.
It sounds like you disrespecting black people more than anybody else. You're disrespecting a black woman, and you're speaking up for black women. You're not speaking up for no black woman, dogging out a black woman. You clout chasing playboy.
Her Grand Wizard, yeah.
I can't wait for Kanye to come for this goofy.
Candace, haha, or Grand Dragon, or like the national anthem, I won't stand for the tramp. Why? But I can diss her, because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chance if I answer back to her. Oh, but I can't diss her, because his plans are to get in my pants. Ew, you disgust me. Okay, a lot going on here. I think first and foremost, I just would like to again remind people that he is in fact a struggling internally gay man, and so there's a lot happening with Eminem, and we should pray for him. On the second point, the way that we know that is because he's actually recycling things that black women have said about me on the internet. Like, he's pretending this is original, calling me Candace. It's not. This is like he's just recycling the black women that don't like me on the internet, have a lot of names.
Always gay bashing, targeting the gay community. Only gay dudes do that, bruh. Nobody that's a man, no man, you don't got nothing to prove about your sexuality, number one. You know what I mean? Like, you are what you are. That's it. But no real man is constantly bashing on gay people. Let's keep it real, man. I'm Muslim and I don't got much to say about no gay man. The fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, let the people live. Mind your business. Why you worrying about who gay or not? Unless you are undercover mook. That's it.
For me, one of them being Candy O. So he's like watched what they're saying, and I guess someone who was listening to him in the booth was like, yeah, this is a good one. Yeah.
Insane, Trip.
I dropped the beat. They're really going to like that. By the way, there's a second song he also dropped. This one's called Bad One. And the lyrics are this about me. Yeah, this whole subgenre with all these corny white rappers, I'm not a fan of it. It ain't my fault, but like sock puppets, I had a hand in it. This $1,000 in my hand is just like what Candace did when she turned her back on her own race, because I have abandoned it.
Well, anybody turned their back on their own race is you, because you hang out with exclusively black people. Where's the white rappers that hit Eminem hatched? You would think the greatest white rapper alive will at least have a protege. You know what I'm saying? Will at least bring somebody in the game. Every white rapper hates Eminem. Nobody speaks up for Eminem. Eminem has not put nobody on it. You sold your own race out, homeboy. If I was white, I'd be mad at you. Like, damn, you talking about what she did or what she ain't doing for black people. Well, she's not the vice president. Goofy, face-ass motherfucker. Stay off the drugs. Eminem is trash. And I don't know what the fuck is up with that look that he got. That I don't know. It looks like he's a fucking vampire or some shit. Like he hasn't aged. You know what I mean? Like, y'all old ass rappers need to fucking, like, stop putting that shit on your face. They said it's called Beijing. Don't Beijing, bro. Just go natural, man. Disgusting. Next thing you know, you're gonna be looking like fucking Sylvester Stallone, getting your face fixed and shit like that. Stop talking about what black people should be doing, bro.
Oh my, so cool.
All these fake ass white Black Lives Matter people, man. Knock it off, man. Can't stand y'all. Go make a white lives matter, man. Let's stay away from black people.
Oh, that's a tough.
So-called black people's business, man. And adding us into this political conversation where motherfuckers don't care about it. The only time black people care about politics is when they seeing a nigga getting dragged out of a fucking car. Let's keep it real. And that shit don't happen enough until it's election season. Watch the next couple of months. All thing y'all gonna see a cop blow somebody's shit off, you know what I'm saying? And then that's what's gonna, fuel America for the next fucking year. Nah, man. You ain't putting me in that trick bag no more. I see the play. You feel me? Let's talk about that shit today. Let's talk about that shit 4 months ago. Okay? I want to hear about that shit right now.
Tough one. That's so tough. The black
Distractions.
community's gonna be going
Double tap the screen, man. Let's get the lights up.
crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen at all. Actually, I'm doing this because I want to help him go viral because this is sad. This is very sad. I want you to feel sad.
Facts, and just brush that shit up under the rug like he never got shot. It's fake. And true to Trump form, that motherfucker went out last night and went live at the rally. Ooh, baby.
Because this is just not the way for someone's career to go down the drain. And I want us all to do our...
Biden would have stayed in the house. You see, he can't even get a COVID and keep running for president. Trump got shot and was out the next fucking day.
Hard to help make Eminem relevant again at the very least, and he can be relevant just by me speaking about him. He understands that. By the way, I did TMZ earlier and they were asking me like...
And then Eminem drops a single the day after that. Eminem, you're a fucking failure.
In part though, aren't you honored that someone who's recognized as the greatest white rapper of all time is dedicating all this time to you? And I said no, because it would have meant something if he was at his prime. As an example, Dave Chappelle, he didn't really...
Shots fired. She roasting the fuck out of Eminem.
Honestly, it was kind of a hate.
Call Kamala a thought. I got receipts on you, Kamala. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? I will really interview this old man before he kicked the bucket on how he was fucking you when you was a spring chicken.
A joke about me. I didn't think the joke itself was funny, but I did appreciate the fact that Dave Chappelle, who is the most famous comedian in the entire world at the peak of his career, was mentioning me on stage. Like when he was very sad about George Floyd and he did this whole skit and he said some awful things about me, I did have that moment where I went, wow, Dave Chappelle knows who I am. This is not that with Eminem. He is not at the peak of his career. He's at the end of it. His career should have ended like 15 years ago, and he keeps going. And so this is on a rapper that's at the top. He's actually doing he's going through a strategy that a lot of new rappers do, where they find out who is the big rapper and they start a beef, right? He's like, oh, nobody knows who I am, so I'm just gonna start a beef with Candace Owens. And he's just fading out of the American mindset entirely. So this is what he's come up with. And I want to say this, genuinely, the pander here is pathetic. He's literally making a plea to the public. I hate white people. That's what I'm saying. He's calling white people crackers. He's using a slur against his own people, while at the same time, unironically, accusing me of doing what he's doing. He's like, she turned her back on her own race as he turns his back on his race.
I swear to God, I just said the same shit.
And calls them crackers. I've never used slurs to describe Black Americans, so I don't have an issue with my race, but you very much have an issue with yours. The other thing is, like, he doesn't even know what his audience is. Again, this feels very, maybe could have done something in 2016 when the whole world was, so anti-Trump and it was the George Floyd moment. He doesn't even understand what's happening. I mean, that conversation has broken in the Black community. That's why Trump's numbers are up. Beyond that, I've been on the Breakfast Club. I've done Joe Budden. Like, Black Americans are following this podcast. They actually like me. I went viral on a few of those channels, on Instagram channels the other day because of my conversation with Don Lemon. They're starting to hear what I have been saying, because back in 2016, when I was saying Black Lives Matter was a fraudulent organization, people were not ready to listen to that. Then what happened was they proved that they were a fraudulent organization. People said, I think Candace may have been trying to tell us that, and she was right, and maybe I need to listen to her rather than listen to what other people are telling me about her. And one of those people that they're not going to listen to it is you, Eminem, because you're just so irrelevant. Your music isn't good anymore. And like I said, you're the one that's actually cosplaying a race that you aren't. You're desperate for Black Americans to pick up your tracks because you abandoned the...
Eminem, the great Eminem. The great Eminem.
Destroyed his career. These recordings included racial slurs, and the expose was led by hip-hop magazine The Source and rapper Benzino, who accused record labels like Interscope of making hip-hop into a white-dominated industry and sidelining black artists. Those tapes were spread by alleged friends of Eminem's from the 90s who were trying to sell them for over a year, initially wanting to raise about $50K, but nobody took that much of an interest in them. The Source and Benzino were planning to expose the whole CD with Racist Rap Hour, along with their new issue of the magazine in February, but were interrupted to do so by a court ruling. Specifically, Eminem sued The Source and accused them of making an illegal copy of the CD with his old recordings and sought an injunction which would make it impossible to...
They try to silence that boy Benzino. Hold on. The racist tapes, man. Where's that song at? I'm looking for the song. I played it on my show before. Never date a black girl. Oh yeah. The N-word. Man. My boy was active.
Every time I run up on a track, you know I'm not back. You have to step back, cause if you don't, I'll prove that I'm the Mac. Every time I keep the lyric, tune it to Q95. Yo, do you find me live? If you don't, then that's alright, cause I just grabbed the microphone and I just got a mental hype, but I'm speaking a hypertone. And so many times I like a drum, and here's the place where I like to roam. And all the girls that I like to bone have the big butt. No, they don't, cause I don't like that nigga shit. I just here to make a bigger hit. When I be kicking the...
Okay.
Yo, man. Yo, Mars, man. Yo.
This pride, oh, things to say. You got foolish pride like you got toothache. I pop like steak and different sides. When blacks and whites take different sides, unity never happens and we will subside. We will subside and nature will release. And everything will just crush that piece. But when we crush that piece, you see we start hating each other. But remember, my girlfriend and I kissed her. I placed it on her cheek. And she didn't come back till next week. Now it was next week and she was back again, wanting to kiss a white kid. So she was my girlfriend. We started going out, but that's okay, because we were black and white. Blacks and whites sometimes mix, but black girls only want your money cause of dumb chicks. So I'ma say like this: don't date a black girl, take it as it is. If you want, but if you don't, I'ma tell you like this, I surely won't. Never date a black girl because blacks only want your money. And that's it ain't funny. So I'ma say, look honey, why do you do this? You know.
Okay. I think we've seen enough. He said it was cause a black girl broke his heart. Eminem was always corny, and these used comedy, and they used comedy and irony to normalize his image. Oh, Ethan, that was a ill way to break it down. I love to date a black girl. Zadie, I've never heard anyone Caribbean use the word bugger. Europeans, yes, Caribbean, usually use the term. It sounds like he's copying Big L, honestly. Facts. I think he mirrored himself and modeled himself around Big L. Absolutely. 972 votes today. Man, a lot of people pulled up over here. Says does Kamal even have a chance? 72% of the people says no. 72, that's almost 700 motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That said that, you know, that she's not able to run. All right. Now, I got a live that I'm doing 9:30 tonight. It's already set. It's going to be some dirty sector stuff. We're going to attack this Math Hoffa situation and see what's going on out here. All right. Thank you for pulling up. Hit the like button on the way out. Peace.